I feel free. I feel free from so much right now. Like, I literally just quit my job and I left them a nice note why I did.
Your mental health is very, very important. It's the most valuable thing you own. Now, these three people recognize that and they chose their mental health over their jobs, which is the right thing to do. Let's check out their stories.
I quit my job with no backup plan, no savings, and no apartment secured, and no way to make money. You might be wondering, why would you do that? In this economy, that is crazy. You can't do that. Well, I can, and I did. The last video that I just posted about this a couple hours ago didn't get pushed out because the audio quality was shit, so I'm just gonna remake it again because you're not gonna put me in 200 jail. So back in March, I had like this awakening within myself, right? I was sitting at my job, doing my thing, and I realized I am bored. I am bored. Like, what the fuck is the point of me going and doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result? I have always had really, really big dreams. I've always had really big dreams, and I've always been told to just settle, to just put the dreams in a box somewhere and keep it in my heart because I'm never going to be able to reach them. And for years, I just believed that. I just believed that, okay, this is as good as it's going to get. And I never gave myself the chance to actually try. And like, this is the scariest thing I've ever done. I'm not even kidding you. Like, but at the same time, it's also the most free I have ever been. Like, as of right now, I've been unemployed for almost 2 weeks, and I can say without a shadow of a doubt, I have never had so much fun. Because for the first time in my life, all of my time is truly my own. And that freedom can be a bit scary because that means I'm fully responsible for what happens next. But I got to the point where I realized that if I did not do this now, if I did not give myself one really, really good chance, like if I didn't give myself one really good shot to follow my dreams and give my all, give 100% of my efforts and my energy to doing one thing, I was never going to do it. And honestly, it really just felt like this was the opportunity to do it because my lease ends at the end of the month. I don't have the money to renew my lease here. I don't have the money to get a new apartment. And even if I would have stayed at my previous job and worked the 40 hours a week and did all the commission and stuff like that, I still would not have had enough to secure another living situation or move forward. So in my mind, it was okay. I can either stay here and keep doing this thing and put my head in the sand and just pretend that it's all going to work out just fine, even though I know that it's not, or I can take a really, really big leap of faith and bet on myself. Because if I don't bet on myself, who will? I mean, I have one chance at this life. If I don't take that chance and weigh the risks, then what am I doing? There's a lot of risk in what I'm doing right now because all logic points to this being my inevitable downfall. But if it is my downfall, then I will at least be able to say that I tried and I failed, but at least I tried. I did give it my all. I did give it 100%. I did show up every single day. I did put in the effort. I did put in the work. I did do that. So even if I fail at this, even if I end up homeless at the end of the next 2 weeks and I have nowhere to go and I have to sell all my belongings and move back to a place I don't want to be, I will at least be able to say to myself, you know what though? You did try. And yeah, it would suck. Yeah, it would be humiliating. And yeah, it would probably hurt a lot and be a very big strain and a very big blow to my self-confidence. But I could build that shit back up again. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? I die? I'm going to do that anyways. I'm going to die someday anyways. So while I'm still here, while I'm still breathing, while I still have the ability and the mobility and the privilege and the freedom to make really risky choices and take really big chances on myself, while I have that, I feel like it's my responsibility to do that. And some people may think that I'm crazy, and maybe I am, but if I'm crazy by today's standards, I'm okay with that. See, the things that I'm teaching on this page, which is insane by the way, because 2.5 weeks ago, I had 400 followers. Now I have almost 6,000. Insane. But the very same things that I am talking about with other people, I am also applying to my own life. I'm not just saying to everyone, hey, do this thing, do that thing. No, I'm teaching and learning as I'm teaching, because that's what we're doing here. Like, the whole point of being on this planet is to learn. The whole point of being a human and being alive is to learn and experience and evolve and expand. And I can't do that if I'm stuck inside of a box that does not want me to be who I am. I am great at every single job that I choose to do for a time, because when I first start, I'm able to do it, and people are okay with my honesty of me not being able to hide my face. But then my authenticity, my unwillingness to sacrifice who I am at a core level always becomes an issue. So it doesn't matter how polite I am, it doesn't matter how much I smile, it doesn't matter how well I perform, it doesn't matter how good I am, how efficient and how exceptional I am at these jobs. Eventually, they always want me to either change who I am at a fundamental level or leave. At my last job, my director straight up told me that when I asked her, I'm like, hey, do you think I can actually succeed in this industry? She told me no, because you cannot hide how you feel from your face. If someone says something or does something or is behaving in a way that is, in my eyes, a way I don't like, I can't hide it on my features. I physically cannot lie to people. I can be quiet, I cannot say anything, but what I don't say is clearly painted on my face. And I know that's partly to do with autism, but also just because it took me a long time to unmask. I'm not going to put the mask back on just to make somebody else comfortable in their poor behavior. I'm not going to do that. So I took a chance on myself, took a really big risk. So stick around for this journey. I really don't know what's going to happen. I have no idea. I could either be homeless or somewhere great. But it is one giant mystery, and we're all solving it together. At least I'm solving it. So who knows? Maybe I'll crash and burn, maybe I won't. It's a surprise.
I didn't want to cut her off. I want to let her keep talking, but taking a chance on yourself at some point in your life, you have to do that. If you have dreams and if you want to, things you want to accomplish outside of that job, most people will tackle their dream while still balancing a job that they hate, and I would recommend that because, sometimes, you need something to fall back on, in case that dream doesn't happen for you when you need it to happen for you, but sometimes people can't find the mental stability to still stay at a job that they hate because it is messing with their mental. And if their mental isn't right, they can't focus on, their dream. They can't focus on pursuing that dream if their mental isn't right. So really, their job is holding them back from pursuing their dream. And I think that's where she is at. And it's best for her to leave that job to free up her mental so she can actually go after her dream. And more power to her for that. But let's get on to the next one.
I just quit my job. I just quit my job. Like, I feel free. I feel free from so much right now. Like, I literally just quit my job. And I left them a nice note why I did. I am so... It's crazy. It's crazy. So I'm just going to do a quick read on why this is not even the tip of the iceberg. But if I could try to sum it up, this is the reality of why I'm done. It says, coming back to the post office was the most exciting thing I've done. I started off as a CCA in Chicago and was faced with managers telling me that this job was not for me and that they're going to fire your ass. Managers like LaWanda Baylock telling me that I didn't have time for emotional breakdowns, only time to move the mail. Watching Supervisor Sean from Ashburn Station say, I'm going to get that fat bitch fired. Speaking on a heavyset carrier saying things like, that fat bitch can't carry mail. Coming to Minnesota was a great move for myself and my children. However, being hassled by managers like Ali from St. Louis Park Station took a toll on me. Being told I'm in for a rude awakening by Anthony at Richfield put a weight on me. Being antagonized by Leanne Lashell at WECA and pushed me to my breaking point almost broke me. Your carriers should be respected. Your carriers should be heard. I have not forgotten about the many scars bestowed onto me by workers of the United States Postal Service. I wish things could be better and different. I am overwhelmed with working 13-hour days and not hearing good job. I am tired of feeling like I am not enough. I am tired of being treated in the way I have been treated these last 3 years. And I am throwing in the towel.
I'm gonna stop right here. What is up with our United States Postal Service to where most of the stories I hear is that it's a terrible job, it's a terrible work environment, no matter what state or city they live in? What is going on? What is going on? What is going on? Somebody tell me. If you worked for the Postal Service or you used to work there, tell me what the problem is. I need to know. And if you haven't, and you just got some suggestions on what it could be, let me know that in the comment section too, because I need to figure this out. This is crazy. I need to get my mail, okay? And I need people working there. I don't need people quitting, okay? I need my mail, all right? Y'all can keep the bills, but everything else, I need, all right?
You work at the post office, you can't have dreams unless it's about doing something within the post office. There's no time for school. There's no time for your kids. You're going to neglect your children and you're going to neglect your family, all for some money. These people will not care about you, and they show it with their actions. And I've reached a breaking point, and I'm ready to just move on. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what God has planned for me, but I know I was not meant to sit here and suffer for $1. That's not for me. And I'm ready to move on with my life.
A lot of people, is a trend that's happened, I think it was mostly last year, but it happened in this year too, talking about 9-to-5 jobs don't care about you, you're just a number, and they're right. Most of these 9-to-5 jobs don't care about you. They don't want you to have a life outside of the job because they want you to be dependent, your full life dependent on this job. Why? Because they don't want you to quit. And they want workers. And something happens to where, you quit or they have to fire you or, God forbid you pass away. Yeah, they got an open spot that they need filling and they need it filled ASAP. So yes, you pass away Monday at 9 a.m. Yeah, by Monday, probably 11:30, they will have your job listing posted because they need somebody. All of these businesses, they have just enough employees, no extra, just enough. So when we lose one, we need one more because one more is just enough. And they gotta. I'm laughing, but at the same time, we need people to be in these 9-to-5 jobs. Everybody can't quit. Everybody can't be an entrepreneur. Okay, so the people who can handle the stress, there's some people who can handle it and brush it off like it's nothing. The 9 to 5 job is where you belong, okay? Because we need you. I love you. Do the 9 to 5 job. We need you there. But above all, your mental health comes first in whatever situation you in. Okay, that's job, that's relationship, everything. Your mental health comes first, because without that, you can't do anything else. But I got one more. Let's go on.
I think I'm quitting today. My heart is beating so fast. If you follow my journey, you already know I currently work a full-time job that is not in alignment with my highest and best self, and I know it, and I've been asking for signs of, if I leave this job, will I be caught? Because I have no backup plan. I don't have a second job already lined up for myself. I have 2 kids. I'm pretty much solely responsible for them on my own. Like I said, I don't have a backup plan. I don't have any savings. I maybe have a little bit left over every month after paying all the bills. You know, they always say that the universe will show you what's not for you. And it might show you with a little light tap on the head, and it might show you with a dumbbell to the face. And I'm getting a dumbbell to the face. I'm not listening. I'm not practicing what I'm preaching. And I think I'm going to quit today, and I have no idea what I'm going to do. None. I have ideas. That's not true. I have ideas. And I get paid over $70K a year, and I get bonuses. I get PTO. But I know this isn't for me. And my mental health is suffering for it. My physical health is suffering for it. I've gained like 30 pounds in the last year. And thinking about quitting with no concrete backup plan with consistent income coming in, because that's what it would be. I have ideas that will create income, but I don't know if it's going to be consistent, and I don't even know if it'll work. But I know it will work. I don't know when, but I know it will. I know I'm safe, and I know I'm going to be caught. And I don't have proof of that. It's just a feeling that I have. I don't know how I'm going to be caught. I don't know. I don't have a plan. I know I'm not supposed to be here doing this. And I have to remove what isn't serving me so that what can serve me will come in. That I have so many people depending on me for everything. I almost feel selfish doing this because, like, I have no plan for consistent income right yet now. I know I'm smart and I know I'll figure it out, and I have ideas, but it's not concrete, consistent, like if I had a job working 9 to 5 is. So when I think about all the bills that are coming up, and once I pay them, I will have $0 left. It's fucking scary. It's so fucking scary, but I know this is not for me. I know that I am supposed to be doing bigger and better things, and not this. And I know I have to listen to that. I know I have to listen to that, like, intuition, that calling. I know I need to, but it's fucking scary.
It is scary. Stepping out on faith, without a backup plan. Like I don't suggest this. I always suggest, if you're going to quit a job, make sure you have something lined up that you'll be okay financially. Another job, the side hustle that's turned into full-time income, something. But your first priority is your mental health over everything, over finances, over everything. And basically guard that with your life, because your mental health is your life. But even if, like, she knows she's going to be okay. She's telling you, she's saying, I'm going to be okay. I don't know how, but I will be okay. That's stepping out on faith. But that doesn't mean it's not scary. It's not. That doesn't mean it's not scary, because it is. I'm kind of in that situation right now. I was making money, making deliveries with my car. My car got vandalized, and my insurance said, hey, it's not worth it to get it fixed, so we're going to just pay you for it. Now, I'm like, I just want to do YouTube. That's all I want to do. I could go get a car and go making deliveries the next day and start making money out there again. But I kind of just want to do this. I don't want to be back out there. So I'm I could either spend this money on getting another car, or I could I could live off this money for 2 months trying to get this YouTube thing going and really taking off. But in 2 months, I'll be out of money. So if YouTube doesn't take off for me in that 2 months, what am I going to do? But I'm stepping out on faith that is what's going to happen. And I just have to believe that. It is scary. It really is scary. But I know it will happen for me. And because this is what I'm supposed to do. So I can kind of feel what she's going through, because I'm kind of in that same situation. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and share the video, so I won't be homeless in 2 months. I won't need to go get a job or anything. Help me out. All right. She got a little bit left. Let's keep going.
But I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it anyways, because I've ignored my intuition and I've ignored the nudges and the signs. I've ignored them long enough. And I know it will all be all right. I know it will all fall into place. I just know it will. My faith is too strong. My belief in myself is too strong for it to not work out. It might be scary for a little bit there, but I know it will all fall into place. I know the answers will fall into my lap. I know they will. And I'm open to receiving the guidance. Universe, if I'm so good, please show me. Show me. I will listen. I will listen. I'm listening now. Oh my God, I'm quitting my job today.
I wanted to do this video as an entertaining way to talk about mental health. That is so important. I've said it a few times during this video, but I want to let you all know your mental health is worth more than gold. Your mental health is worth more than that dream house you want, or that dream car you want, or that dream job you want. If your mental health goes, if your mental health suffers, so will you. And so will everything in your life. And so will the people close to you. It's a ripple effect. So you need to not only make sure your mental health is straight, but you need to also make sure the people close to you, that their mental health is doing good too. We need to look out for ourselves first, okay? But once you get yourself straight, and once you're to the place where you can help others, do it. Do it. At the end of the day, it comes down to you and only you. So you can reach a hand out to other people and try to help them, but at the end of the day, it's up to them to fully, take control of their mental health and do whatever they need to do to get their mental health on track. Whether that's quitting a job, whether that's getting out of a relationship, whether that's going to therapy, whether that's finding some hobbies to, relieve their mind of their stress that they're going through, whatever they need to do. But you, as an individual, have to find out what that is and what you need to do to improve your mental health, and do it. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. Right now, because tomorrow could be too late. Do it right now. Thank y'all for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you've had any struggles with mental health, like I have, I'm so glad you're still here. I'm so glad you're still fighting. I'm so glad you made it. All right, continue to make it. All right, I see y'all on the next one.